So it's Tuesday, July 16th, 15th, July 16th. It's just before 4. I only have a few minutes because I have a therapy appointment at 4 o'clock, and I'm literally sitting in the parking lot of the therapist office. But instead of just sitting in the waiting room waiting, I just figured I'd vlog because I felt like it, A. And B, I just got my hair braided today, so I'm here to announce that you guys won't be seeing my little black bonnet for a while. So congratulations to you all on that. And to just kind of catch you up on the last few days, because I think this vlog will be a couple of days. So very quickly, Luna is getting adjusted to her new bed, which I'm glad about, because, you know, me putting that together was really a small feat for me, because again, I'm not Bob the Builder. I don't like putting things together. It gives me anxiety. I don't have confidence in myself. I always assume I'm not going to do it well. So the fact that I was able to put that house together by myself without crying, without asking for help, is really great. And it wasn't a cheap little dog bed. So the first night, she wasn't really about it. And at first I was concerned that maybe she doesn't like the fact that the door shuts, but at the same time, she's just not at an age where I trust her to just stay in that bed and not get out in the middle of the night and have accidents. So she whined quite a bit the first night. And then since then, I've just kind of coddled her into the bed and rubbed her little back when she was in there and put a toy in there and just like enticed her a little bit more to get in the bed. And she's gotten in it. I still don't think she loves when I shut the little door, but she'll stay in there and she'll sleep. And the last couple nights, she hasn't whined at all. So that's good. I also had an appointment on Sunday. I am making my first, what I would consider my first major home improvement. It's something I've been wanting to do since I moved in, and I just haven't, but I'm having shutters installed on the windows. So someone from 3-Day Blinds came to give me a consultation, to take measurements, and I had actually had a consultation last year and got a quote, and I just never followed through and got it done because shutters are not cheap, and I'm getting like the real wooden quality shutters, because I know it ups the value of your home. Not that I'm going to be moving anytime soon, and I'm like, if I'm going to do it, I want to do it right. So that's happening. In case you're wondering how I'm paying for that, I am financing it for 1 year, no interest. So I just know that that is a financial responsibility I'm going to be needing to take care of in the next 12 months. And then yesterday I went and I had lunch with Darin. I thought about vlogging, and then I chose not to because A, I haven't seen him in a while. B, I didn't know what his energy level was going to be, and C, I wanted to devote the time to catching up with him. So I met him out near his way. We had some tasty Mexican food for lunch, and it was great to see him, but it was also like a reality check of like, wow, he really is dealing with ALS. Like, I can physically see the difference in just his mobility and the way he's able to move, and his energy level and his physical appearance. He still has the same positive, upbeat personality, which again is just a testament to the kind of person he is, and like, you know, his inner strength. But physically you can see that he is altered, like his mobility is altered. So it was great to see him, but also like sad, because this was a person that had just a lot of energy, you know, skateboarding around campuses and all of that. So that was nice. I'm glad I got to catch up with him. And then today I had to wake up at 4:45 to get ready to get to my cousin, who's the one that does my hair, to get my hair done. And I did, and I made it, and it was rough. And I came back. I've been home for a couple hours. So Wolfie and I just rested. Luna's been spending time with her Gigi so that she wasn't at home by herself for that long. So I'm going to pick her up after my appointment. So, maybe I'll talk to you a little bit about my thoughts on the way to my therapy appointment and how I'm feeling about therapy now that I've been doing it for almost exactly a year now. But I don't have time to go over that at the moment. So I'll probably kind of check in when I get home and rehash that. But let me go off to therapy. All right, I'm home now. It's after 6. Obviously I've been home for a while. My appointment was at at 4. They are 1-hour appointments. But then I went to pick up Luna, visit with my parents very briefly, came home, just finished eating some watermelon, and now I'm just watching an episode of Bluey because I don't want to see anything that has to do with the Republican National Convention. And there's nothing on TV, and Bluey makes me happy. But I wanted to talk about the reflection I had when I realized, like, oh, I've been going to therapy for almost a year now. I started last year in August. And basically the thought I had is, like, right now, right at this moment, and I have been feeling this way for a few days, I have a good level of peace. Like, I'm not feeling anxious, I'm not feeling anxiety, I'm not generating thought patterns that cause me to be anxious or feel any kind of anxiety. And when I was walking the dogs yesterday, I was like, I think it's really because it's a combination of going to therapy, like really thinking about some of the conversations we have, thinking about some of the things that I know I need to do, and like actively catching myself when I start going down a particular path. That's one. And second, I think from the last therapy session, one of the things she encouraged me to do was just to do things that are for myself. Like, she was asking me, what are things that you do for yourself that aren't work related and technically aren't really just tasks? Like, yeah, you can say I work out, but is that really something you do for yourself, or is it like a task that you do because you feel like you have to? And honestly, it is like a task. I'm not one of those people that's like, I just love working out. And I couldn't really answer her question. So since then, I've tried to incorporate little things, like the skincare routine was kind of coming from that, like just little things I can do to take care of myself. And one of the things I realized is when I've had these periods where I feel a little bit more mental peace, it has been when I've been very consistent about like praying, or when I had my soap journal, I felt a certain amount of peace. I've gone through that whole journal and I just haven't replaced it yet. But basically incorporating some sort of interaction or conversation with God. And like I've said before, I wholeheartedly believe in God, but I'm not like a religious person that I don't attend a physical church every Sunday. I don't necessarily read the Bible or scripture. I couldn't really necessarily quote scripture to you or tell you exactly where to find something in the Bible, and that's just the truth of the matter. I haven't found a church that I feel comfortable in terms of it being like out in this way anyway, in terms of it being modern enough where I feel comfortable with all the messages that are being delivered. So typically what I'll do, and what I have been doing for a while now, is on Sundays I will just find a church service online, and for the most part I tend to watch services. I want to say the church is called Social Dallas. I've watched a lot of those. There's also a church called Mosaic Church that's LA based that I'll watch, or I'll just find random messages that are Christian based or biblically based but aren't necessarily church sessions, like maybe it's a podcast or something. So I'll do that. But one of the things I knew I needed to be more disciplined about is praying. Like in the past, like I'll say my prayers when I go to bed, but I would always fall asleep, and then I would never finish the prayer, and then I felt like I was distracted. And so for some reason, like I don't know if it was last week or a couple weeks ago, I said, you know what, like you are very disciplined about scheduling time to work out and making sure that happens because it's good for your physical health, and yet you don't exercise that same kind of discipline for your mental, emotional, and spiritual health. Yes, therapy is contributing to my mental and emotional health, but I also think like having conversations with God helps contribute to those things, as well as builds my spiritual health. But I wasn't super consistent. So what I've started doing, and I feel like it's working really well for me so far, and what is contributing to this feeling of more peace and less anxiety I have at this moment is now when I walk the dogs, Sorry, I was trying to see what Luna was chewing on. Now when I walk the dogs, that is my time to say my prayers or talk to God or whatever, however you want to call it. And when I make that decision, I had to tell myself, like, there is no right or wrong way to pray. There is no right or wrong time of day. It doesn't have to be this super formal thing. Like, it's just you talking to God. And I think the reason why that helps is like I'm getting a lot of anxieties out by just verbalizing them, or like giving them up to God and realizing like these are some things I can't control. I won't be able to control it, and it forces me to acknowledge that I won't know everything. I can't know everything. I'm not intended to know everything. And I think just saying that and releasing that and turning that over has given me a certain sense of peace. So it's been very helpful. And I think one of the most striking things is there's been some concrete things that I have just prayed for in my walk prayers that have actually like come to pass. So even last night I was like, I think that's just really manifesting. Like, manifesting isn't necessarily tied to religion, but when you pray and you pray for things, it is a type of you manifesting something or putting something out there or being explicit and telling God what you want. And so I think that's just been very reassuring that, you know, praying does help. Not only calm your nerves, but being specific and praying for what you want does help. You're not always going to get the thing that you want, or you won't always see it as concretely as I feel like I've seen it in the past couple of weeks, but it does happen. And so I think the combination of that and going to therapy and combining those two things and really checking myself when I start doing things that I know don't serve me well has really been helpful. So in today's session, I basically expressed that to the therapist, and I said, now of course there's a part of me that's like, okay, but this feeling of peace is going to go away, and what's going to happen when the school year starts and all the stress comes and, you know, everything changes, because maybe right now you're feeling this way because you don't have that pressure. But I'm just going to hope for the best and pray for the best, really. So again, like, I have no regrets about therapy. The only regret I would have is that maybe I didn't start it sooner to alleviate some of the anxiety and stress that I've felt over the years. But I'm just thankful that in this moment in time, I feel a great sense of peace, and I think I should document it, and I think it shall continue if I continue to be as disciplined as I have been with saying my prayers on my walks. Because before on the walks, I would be scrolling through social media or watching TikToks, you know, nothing super productive. And what I like about praying during walks is I know that that's at least 30 minutes. It's going to be uninterrupted time. I won't be distracted by work or anything like that, because I'm just outside in nature walking the dogs, and it's quiet. So that's what I wanted to share. I'm loving it. I need it. And yeah, I don't have anything else. Nothing is going to happen for the rest of this day. I'm probably going to be in bed earlier than normal. Normally I go to bed at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'll probably go to sleep earlier than that because I've been up pretty early and I'm tired. And I kind of need to start progressively going to bed earlier. I'm going to... Whoopi Goldberg. One thing that might happen, and we'll see if I show it to you, is I do need to get some dog food. So I do have to go out again. And that is in the same area as Ulta. And I need to return one of the things that I got from Ulta. I bought some makeup. And one of the things I bought is some contouring powder, but it's way too light. So I need to return that and get a different one. It's just the dogs playing. So maybe I'll show you that. If not today, then tomorrow. But aside from that, I'm going to eat dinner. My factory meals came in today. One of my favorite meals arrived. It's filet mignon, mashed potatoes, and carrots. I'm going to have that for dinner. Watch TV and relax. So you might see me later on today, but probably not until tomorrow. So I'm just going to say I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. It's Wednesday. It's about 9:45. I have been up for about an hour, and I'm dressed to get ready to work out. I'm going to do the bike because it's Wednesday, and I do the bike on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But I wanted to show you what I got from, where did I go yesterday? Ulta. because I'm kind of excited about it, about, you know, using it and trying it and adding it to my makeup repertoire. Let me just get my tripod set up, which is a roll of paper towels sitting on top of a little jewelry box sitting on top of my moisturizer container. Okay, so I went to Ulta yesterday because I had bought some contouring powder that was way too light, so I was just going to go in there and exchange it for something darker, and I knew I wanted to check and see what Rihanna had, because I know that her line is, you know, focused on women of color, and, you know, fun fact for those of you that are not women of color, specifically really, you know, black, it is hard to find like a good range of shades with some makeup lines. Like, I know makeup lines have gotten better, but it still makes it a little bit challenging, like with the color selection. So I knew I was going to go straight to her section, so I did, and I found a contour powder, and then I got a couple other things that I'll show you. So which one is it? I think this is the one that if you don't stop, sorry, she was just chewing on my ankle. I got the contour powder in Thick Mint, and I needed, you know, a shade that is a shade darker than what I would normally put on my face. So this is the color of it, and it looks very similar to the color that I was using before when I had, I think it was the Urban Decay palette, and I just ran out of that, and I didn't want to repurchase that palette because there were 3 colors in there for contouring purposes, and 2 out of the 3 were unusable to me because they weren't the right shade. Let me take that back. One of the shades I was able to use as like an eyeshadow base because it was light enough for that. So I got that. I tried it out a little bit last night, and I believe it is going to work out, and it's the proper shade. Hold on. I'm getting a phone call. Hi, I spoke to somebody already, and I don't need any help right now because there's a couple other questions I need to ask my HOA. Thank you. My mortgage company, they've been calling me every day because I made the mistake of making an inquiry about pulling equity out of my house so that I can redo my kitchen and bathrooms, and they are calling me every hour on the hour almost. So yeah, I got this. I believe it's going to be the right shade. You know, if not, I'll return it to Ulta because I know I have 60 days. But I also got something else because I've been wanting to try this, and I know it's not going to add that much more to my makeup routine, but I got a bronzer also from Fenty. I got it in this shade. This one is called That's Rich, and luckily this was the very last one they had, and the Ulta by my house had very little supply of like some of these things for Fenty Cosmetics. I don't know if it's because they're just poorly stocked or the products are that popular. I know her products are pretty popular, so I'm going to assume that that's it. I tried that on last night, and I'm really excited about it because I like the little boost I feel like it gave me. I feel like it made my skin look nice. So I'll be trying that, and then I got a brush for the bronzer because I didn't have one. And again, Fenty because it's Rihanna. She's a woman of color. I like her products so far, so I'm going to just support. So I got one of the brush, or the highlight brush. You can see there's product on it because I tried it last night. And also a makeup. I don't think that I mentioned this, but you guys, I don't know if I'm going to regret this, but we'll see. I love the fact that I got my eyebrows done, and I love the fact that now I don't have to worry about them in the morning. Like, they're pretty much set. I might like fill in and define them a little bit more when I actually do my makeup in the mornings, but based on that and the fact that it saves me time in the morning, I decided that I'm going to try lashes, which I'm surprised I'm saying because I've been very anti lash extensions because like some people just overdo it, and I know I control that. Like, I'm not going to be getting some voluminous lashes where I look like Snuffleupagus. But also I know it's something that once you do it, you become dependent on it, and then you are so uncomfortable to see yourself without the lashes, because I've seen women who have been wearing lashes for years and then they decide to take them off and they just can't even look at themselves because it's so different, and it's just another expense. And I really, which made me think like women really should be getting paid more than men, because just the upkeep of being a female, if you really care about certain things, like I get my nails done, I get a pedicure, I have to get my hair done, I have to go to European wax, I have to now get my eyelashes done, I have to buy makeup, like, it adds up, and those things are not cheap. So I believe my appointment is next week. As far as the look, I know I want more of a wispy look. I want it to look as natural as possible, but I'm like, I think this would just help me save time in the morning. My mornings are always very rushed, like I'm always like down to the minute. So I'm gonna try that next week. We'll see how that goes. I got a referral from someone that I work with. One of the ladies in the office gets her lashes done, so she sent me her information. So I'm gonna try that. But the other reason I decided to turn the camera on is because I also purchased a couple things from the Nordstrom anniversary sale. I bought a pair of shoes and a pair of jeans. I'm gonna show you the shoes first. So these shoes are from Blvd, and they're just some slides that are black and white. I got these because I thought they would look good with some of the pants I just recently purchased from Old Navy, and I've grown to really appreciate a slide-on because you get the look of being dressy and professional, but the ventilation of wearing a sandal in the hot days. So I bought those, tried them on, I liked it. But the real star is the second thing I bought. I bought some wide leg jeans. These are called, let me make sure to tell you because I cannot recommend these enough. They are by the brand, sorry, I'm trying to open up my email because I had never ordered this line of jeans before. They are by the brand Hint of Blue, and these are high-waisted, wide-leg jeans, and I want to say this color was called like Spanish black or something, like they're black. And as soon I was dreading trying these on, because you know you just don't want to try on clothes when you feel like you're bloating, you're like, I just know it's not gonna fit and I'm gonna hate it. Before I even got these pants up half of my first leg, I just knew that they were going to be good because they're very soft for jeans. They have stretch that you can feel as you're putting them on, and it just got better as I got my second leg in the pair of pants and buttoned them up, and I felt like I looked very cute in them, to the point where I immediately ordered a second pair of these jeans in blue. So they're $79. They were not on sale. They're not a part of the anniversary sale. But I definitely think they're worth the price. If you want to wear jeans and not feel like your jeans are all up on you or rigid and you just want them to feel softer, I would recommend these. And like I said, I promptly ordered a second pair and almost ordered a third pair, but then I thought the two pair of blue jeans I was going to order, they were not very different from each other. Like there was only a slight variation, but that's not to say that I won't order that third pair later on in the school year. Like it's very possible because that's how much I enjoyed them. So that's my purchase that I want to share. I will make sure to leave the link in the description box for these jeans. As far as today, like I said, I'm about to work out. And the only other thing on my agenda is I have a manicure at 3:45. These nails that I've enjoyed and I've gotten many compliments on, these are about, no, she was chewing on my new pants. These are about, I think these are 4 weeks old. And you can see this one, my nail has chipped at the top. So it's no longer the same length. And or shape as that one because I somehow chipped that off while I was sleeping last night. So manicure today, and that's it. I don't have to drive anywhere, which is great because I've been driving here, there, and everywhere for the past several days. But let me get to this workout and I will talk to you guys later. Okay, it is the next day. I'm really just here to close the vlog out. So it's Thursday. I believe the last thing I said yesterday, I think I was telling you about, what was I talking about yesterday? I think I was talking about my purchases. I think I showed you my Ulta purchases, and then I showed you the pair of jeans that I bought from Nordstrom during the anniversary sale, and then I needed to get another pair right away because I liked them so much. Well, in that short period of time, I'm just looking at Luna just run amok down there. In that short period of time, my second pair already arrived, so I'm going to show them to you. So here they are. I got them in this blue that I don't have. Like, I have blue jeans, but they're usually darker. So these are the ones that I got. They are just as comfortable as the other ones, and because I'm using one hand, I can't really show you, but there is like, I don't know if you could see that I'm stretching the waist of these pants, and I think that's what makes them so comfortable. I don't think that. I in fact know that. So, again, the line is Hint of Blue. I got them from Nordstrom. Those are the high-waisted wide leg pants that I got, and I will link them in the description box. And also, here's my manicure. This is probably the most basic manicure I've gotten in a long time. I just decided to keep it simple, especially with this very bright color that matches my toes right now. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close the vlog. This was just kind of a little bit of random things going on, nothing super important. But if you enjoyed it nonetheless, please give this video a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you turn on the notification bell so you know when I do upload. If you'd like to leave a comment, again, of course, feel free to do that. And as always, I hope that you guys are well. And if you're not well, please be well. And I will see you in the next vlog. Bye.